Number 10. Their marriage is stressed by the drama. International news platform thenews.com.pk, while quoting a source, revealed that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were not together as he, or Harry, needs to go find himself. A trial separation may be the only way they can resolve their differences and go forward stronger than ever. On the couple's trial separation, the news platform said a source who spoke to the National Enquirer revealed that the duo's marriage and public image have been adversely impacted by nasty fights with his family and the ongoing feud with their family. The source explained that the couple had reportedly been under tremendous financial pressure to fund their lavish California lifestyle. That stress, coupled with their emotional issues, has likely made life a living hell and pushed them to the separation. Number 9. They are realizing they aren't meant for each other. According to an insider, Meghan is looking to revamp her image and re-enter the Hollywood scene so she can establish her own brand and make millions without her husband, claimed royal expert Daniela Elser, according to thenews.com.pk. Meanwhile, Harry, the younger son of King Charles III, is reportedly trying to rejuvenate himself abroad. According to a different claim by the Times of India, which was referenced by Radar Online, Harry and his wife got married in May 2018 and moved to the US when Meghan received harsh criticism from the British press in the UK. It is now being stated that the couple's marriage has crumbled and they are living apart after moving to Montecito, California with their 2 children to start a new life. Number 8. Meghan is mad again. A royal insider claims Meghan Markle is furious with Princess Kate. Currently, communication between the Duchess of Sussex and the Princess of Wales is difficult. The only senior member of the royal family who is thought to be in contact with Meghan and Harry is King Charles. According to a royal insider, Kate is upset that Prince Harry doesn't spend much time with the royal family and holds Meghan responsible for their tense relationship right now. Kate feels horrible that Harry and the royal family are at this standstill right now with so little communication, the person said. She nearly fully blames Meghan for it, and the longer it goes on, the more unhappy and frustrated she becomes. According to the insider, Meghan is now enraged with the Princess of Wales as a result of this. They stated to Heat magazine, "Kate's let it be known to the palace aides who still speak to the Sussexes that she thinks it's an extremely poor show the way Harry's being treated." Meghan, however, is enraged and feels that Kate has no business interfering with her marriage. She would never consider meddling with her relationship with William. Number 7. Meghan wore Princess Diana's favorite scent to their first date. During his first date with Meghan Markle, Prince Harry reportedly felt overwhelmed by memories of his mother Diana. Princess Diana's favorite perfume was what Meghan Markle wore to their first encounter, according to Angela Levin. Meghan Markle gained Prince Harry's love thanks to her unique knowledge. She was wearing Princess Diana's perfume when they first met, according to Angela Levin. Harry, who loved to cuddle up to his mother as a youngster, was understandably overwhelmed by that. Not a good beginning for the relationship. Number 6. Harry went behind Meghan's back and called William. In a recent article by InTouchWeekly.com, Harry reportedly called Prince William and stated his desire to reunite with his wife Meghan and family in London. Interestingly, Harry called Prince William without first telling Meghan, and she was extremely furious about it. According to an insider, Harry admitted he had called William to declare a truce and told his brother he and Meghan would be open to returning to London, where they would serve King Charles. According to the insider, Harry is quite concerned about money and his and Meghan's future in the US behind closed doors. Clearly, Megxit has backfired on them. Harry is beginning to question whether they were correct to leave England. The informant stated that he even suggested to Meghan that they visit the royal family in London. Prince William, meanwhile, was startled when his brother called. The insider claims that William didn't quite know what to say, adding that he promised Harry he would think about his offer. Number 5. The Kate fight. When Thomas Markle, Meghan Markle's father, declined to walk her down the aisle at her wedding in May 2018 since he had been exposed for staging photos with photographers, Prince Charles took over. The closeness between Meghan and Kate, however, was the subject of conflicting accounts at that time. According to some websites, the two had a disagreement over Princess Charlotte's wedding attire. Meghan claims Kate was the one who, during a dispute over clothing, made her weep. That represented a turning moment. The story about Kate didn't happen, Meghan stated in a March 2021 interview with CBS. A few days before the wedding, she was upset about a flower girl dresses, and it made me cry. It really hurt my feelings. She was upset about something, but she owned it, and she apologized, and she brought me flowers and a note apologizing. And she did what I would do if I knew I hurt someone, right? Just to take accountability for it. Number 4. Meghan's personal assistant quit. When Harry and Meghan relocated to Windsor's Frogmore Cottage in November 2018, it garnered media attention. According to Us, in December 2018, when Meghan's personal assistant Melissa Tubati and secretary Samantha Cohen left 6 months after the couple's wedding, they clashed with royal press policies. Being voiceless has simply been aggravating and unpleasant, a royal insider told Us. She has always used her own voice to advocate for herself and others. Therefore, being speechless is a crippling feeling. She's always been independent, and now everything is being taken away from her. She used to be able to respond on social media, but not anymore. There were rumors at the time that staff members at the palace did not trust Meghan. One coworker reportedly said she comes with a lot of baggage, while another is purported to have called the Suits actress Harry's showgirl. Number 3, she mistreated her staff. The Times published accusations about Meghan's alleged mistreatment of her palace advisors and staff prior to the interview. Meghan was expected to leave the palace in 2020. The allegations were refuted by Meghan, who told Us in March 2021 that she was saddened by the latest attack on her character. But the palace made it known that they were looking into them. The statement stated, "We are obviously extremely concerned about allegations in the Times following claims made by former staff members of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Accordingly, our HR team will look into the circumstances outlined in the article. Members of staff who were there at the time, even some who have since left the household, will be encouraged to participate to see if any lessons may be drawn. The royal household has had a dignity at work policy in place for several years and does not and will not tolerate workplace bullying or harassment." Number 2, choosing to do an interview while Prince Philip was in the hospital. A sit-down interview with CBS was recorded with Harry and Meghan for March 2021. During a preview peek of the episode, Meghan said, "I don't know how they could expect that after all this time we would still just be silent, if there is an active role that the firm is playing in perpetuating falsehoods about us. And if there is a chance of losing things as a result, many have already been lost." According to Us, Philip's poor heart condition kept him in the hospital, and William and Kate were appalled by their decision to conduct the interview at that time. This was definitely Meghan's idea. Number 1, putting on a front at Wimbledon. The Duchesses appeared to get along well when they went to Wimbledon together in July 2018, but Meghan hinted to tension between the two women in March 2021. When asked about the Wimbledon outing during her CBS tell-all, she responded, "I know you said. Was it what it looked like? My understanding and my experience for the past 4 years is that it's nothing like what it looks like." Perhaps Harry realized how deceptive she was.
Number 10, mockery. Meghan mocking the royal traditions. Now, as many know, there is a scene in the series that shows Meghan doing an overly dramatic take of the royal curtsy she was to do when she met the Queen. As she's laughing it up, look over to Harry and notice his reaction. He's staring at her as if he's annoyed with her mocking something that is part of his tradition. Seeing as he is uncomfy by the mockery, it's definitely not a good look for Meghan at all. Hashtag awkward. Other than the mockery, there have been several instances where Meghan chose to do what she preferred rather than respecting the rules of the royal family. Meghan's critics would say it was presumptuous of her to think that the centuries-old monarchy would suddenly change up its operations because of a newcomer. Meghan is not known to be someone who is going to change herself just to please the people around her. Meghan's critics would say it was presumptuous of her to think that the centuries-old monarchy would suddenly change up its operations because of a newcomer. Meghan is not known to be someone who is going to change herself just to please the people around her. But there was a conversation where Meghan had to be reminded that she and Harry were not as high on the royal hierarchy as William and Kate, because Harry is only 5th in line to the throne, while William will one day become king. Number 9, using Harry for status. Piers Morgan, a morning show host, has been one of Meghan's most outspoken critics, claiming that when she started dating Harry, she dumped him as a friend. In any case, I accept he might befuddle associate with companion. In any case, Morgan tweeted, when Harry and Meghan parted ways in January, she used him to get to the top. People say I'm being too harsh on Meghan Markle, however, she broke up with her parents, the majority of her old friends, the royal family, and her family. She's additionally parted Harry from William. He also referred to the pair as repulsive, deluded, narcissistic tools. If anyone hates Meghan more than Piers, let me know in the comments below. Number 8. using Harry for money. The engagement interview between Meghan and Harry was broadcast by numerous networks worldwide. When Sky News in Britain broadcast it live, comments began to pour in, and not all of them wished the couple well. In fact, numerous insults were leveled against Meghan, accusing her of being in it for the money, in addition to congrats, racist trolling, and allegations that she was acting inappropriately during the interview. One person wrote she sees British pound signs, another wrote she won the lottery, she won't give a crap anymore when she has the money. According to the Daily Mail, when Meghan and Harry announced the names and details of their new foundation, they hadn't finished registering for their website, so someone else took it. The hacker ended up registering archwellfoundations.com and redirected it to a YouTube video of Kanye West's Gold Digger. Savage. Number 7, not on good terms with the in-laws. When news of Harry and Meghan's move out of Kensington Palace to strike out on their own first broke, the public and the press came to a unanimous conclusion as to why that would be. Meghan. Everyone pointed the fingers at the new royal, suggesting her alleged difficult Duchess attitude was not just reserved for her staff and had caused a feud between her and Kate. Obviously, all that turned out to be untrue. Kate and Meg always had problems, and it came out in November that there was a ton of tension between the royal family as Kate and Meghan were not getting along, which meant Harry and William were not getting along. And it was super hard on everyone, especially the late Queen, who was so fed up with the drama, she made Kate and Meg sit down and sort it out. Number 6, breaking protocols. Here's an extensive list of times where Meghan simply has broken royal protocols for whatever reason. She's worn dresses of a shorter length than other royal members usually wear. The couple's wedding was not on a weekday, which is royal tradition. On their South African tour, the couple made a request to only be referred to as Harry and Meghan instead of the royal titles. The two of them are regularly seen showing PDA, such as hugging and holding hands. She wore Dior to Archie's christening, even though the royal mother typically wears a piece by a Brit designer. The couple announced Archie's birth on the gram, even though traditionally the news of a royal baby is shared on a ceremonial easel outside of Buckingham Palace. And it's highly unusual for a royal to do so, but she hasn't worn pantyhose more than once. Another rule part of the royal family is not to voice any political views, but of course Meghan has done that too. As tiring as it was to list out all the times Meghan has done something different than what is usually part of the royal traditions or just unofficial rules, it makes us question Meghan's efforts to fit into the royals as she's claimed to do. A bombshell report shed light on Meghan and Harry's supposed tempers leading up to their wedding day. In an astonishing allegation, the Queen was forced to step in and pull Meghan and Harry in line after Meghan was told she couldn't wear the original tiara she'd picked out from the Queen's collection. As the origins of the tiara couldn't be 100% confirmed, the Queen apparently would not loan it out, and it did not go down well. There was a very heated exchange between the Queen and Harry, who told him Meghan was not going to be able to get whatever she wants and had to remind him that Meghan gets a tiara given by her. The message from the Queen was very much that Meghan needed to think about how she speaks to staff members and be careful to follow family protocols. Number 5, Mad Meghan. Harry and Meghan's whirlwind romance has been in the spotlight pretty much since they've gotten together, with fans and haters watching their every move. This couple is used to getting lots of attention whether they like it or not. When Harry got with Meghan, people started watching Meg like a hawk, dissecting her every move. As someone part of the royal family, displaying strong emotions is necessarily not expected, especially in a public setting. After being invited as a guest speaker at the Power of Women charity benefit, Meghan seemed irritated after pictures of her were published where she was seen lashing out at an employee in the parking garage. The pictures published in the Daily Mail show her looking pretty pissed off while pointing directly at someone as if she was scolding them. Meghan should have been more mindful of her position and the amount of eyes on her, but hey, there's always more to a story, right? Number 4, Mad Meghan Part 2. Meghan was accused of abrasive behavior towards staff members and diplomats, according to the explosive royal biography written by Tom Bauer. Bauer writes, Meg was allegedly abrasive towards her 4 female staff and even towards the local British diplomats. According to one report, Meghan allegedly threw a cup of tea into the air. He continued by saying that her anger may have been partly fueled by Harry, who trawls social media every night searching for snide comments on the internet. Every morning, he and Meghan turn on their phones to surf the internet. That doesn't sound very healthy to me, but hey, to each their own. Number 3, codependent couple. Despite the royal family's take, Harry and Meghan have attested to their seemingly fairy tale romance. In a 2018 interview with BBC, the couple sat down to talk about the origins of their relationship. However, thoughts about Harry and Meghan's possibly codependent relationship have become a trending topic on Twitter, especially following the release of Harry and Meghan, their Netflix docuseries. One user tweeted, in part, they have the most unhealthy codependent relationship I've ever seen. Another person wrote, I suspect Harry has been literally transformed by what he believes is his intense love for Meghan, adding that he's completely codependent on her. So what will come of Harry and Meghan's future together? Even though we don't know the couple personally, do we think the relationship is based on codependency? Or is this just another case of people trying to determine their relationship with limited information? Number 2, Princess Diana 2.0. Apparently, Meghan always wanted one thing in life, and that's to become a member of the British royal family. Now, she's never confirmed that, but her friends say that she's always had a fascination with the royals. According to some sources, this was all a part of Meghan's plan. She wanted to be a princess since she was a teenager. Her old pal once said she was always fascinated by the royal family and she wants to be Princess Diana 2.0. She will play her role ably, but my advice to him is to tread cautiously. But my advice to him is to tread cautiously. I'm not shocked at all. It's like she's been planning this all her life. She gets exactly what she wants, and Harry has fallen for her play. Talk about an awful friend for outing Meghan like that, right? And number 1, slice of family drama. Where do I even begin? After Harry had a discussion with Will about Meghan, an argument was created, according to Spare, the new memoir where Will, future king, pushed Harry onto the floor. Prince Harry talks about the hierarchy in the video. He says, you know, there's leaking, but there's also planting of stories. No one knows the full truth. We know the full truth.
At a number 10 spot, we have emotionally immature Prince. Prince Harry appears to be emotionally immature and does what other people want him to do rather than what he wants to do. Sure, he may have wanted to leave the royal family for a while, but can we talk about how he never actively chose to expose the family throughout any of his other romantic relationships? Only after meeting Meghan and feeling the need to protect his family did the prince decide to act on his desire. There may be reasons for this. Prince Harry might be driven to save Meghan because his mother, Princess Diana, couldn't be saved. Because of the negative feelings they have about the royal family and the increased publicity surrounding the book, the couple is seen as a codependent, which seems to be the driving force in their relationship. They heavily rely on their experiences in the royal household to make content for platforms that will provide them with income. Meghan's husband does not have a strong relationship with his family, and even though both parties are to blame, it has to be a red flag that they were okay with cutting ties with him and Meghan rather than coming to a compromise that would keep them both happy. Number 9, royal issues. Some might say Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are a dynamic duo. They have demonstrated resilience in the face of numerous family issues, but it seems as if it's important to understand what it can be a red flag if your partner's family does not like you. Sure, you might be the problem, but let's consider the history of the royal family. For one, more than one member of the family has had racist allegations against them. 2, Meghan is mixed race. And 3, when Harry wanted his family to speak about the injustices happening to Meghan, including harassment from the media outlets, they didn't take him seriously, which just sounds like the couple's feelings were invalidated, even after Harry pointed out a lot of the harassment that has been done to Meghan's ethnicity. Yeah, red flag. I'm too sensitive to deal with this kind of stuff, so in a sense, it's totally understandable why Meghan left the royal household and stepped down from her royal duties. Number 8, selfish prince. Prince Harry wants the British and American publics to believe that the royal family, the palace as an institution, as it is known, and the British media have all conspired to destroy him and his family. This is a modern dystopian twist. He and Meghan Markle provide only hazy explanations for why and how. They are all based on claims that the monarchy is racist, but none specifically mention members of the royal family. Without the benefits of facts, evidence, and a trial or jury, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex blame the royal fallout on the family and think they should acknowledge that they are racist in every way, whether this is proven or not. Prince Harry is unable to comprehend the largely symbolic but very real role his father, King Charles, plays as the head of United Kingdom's military forces in light of the Commonwealth's growing political, economic, and military threats. Number 7, disapproval from the Queen. A lot of people question how healthy Harry and Meg's relationship is, even the late Queen Elizabeth. The Queen's assertion was that he is too in love with Meghan. Well, I want to say that better than Queen Liz's son, King Charles, who famously said whatever love means when asked if Diana and him were in love. That is definitely a worse reality, and look at how that relationship turned out. When she heard that Harry and Meghan were getting married, Queen Elizabeth II was truly delighted. However, she was under the impression that Harry was perhaps a little over in love with Meghan because of how he blindly follows whatever she wants to do. And this is as far as she ever came to uttering the word against the new Duchess of Sussex. Was Queen Elizabeth implying that passionate love between the couple was eventually a red flag? I wouldn't be surprised, since a lot of the older gens of royals didn't seem to marry for love, but instead for fulfilling duties and social class. The older folk just wouldn't get it. But then again, the late queen might have been onto something, because the fact that Harry's relationship is now strained with his whole family make it seem that Meghan is the reason for that. Is Queen Elizabeth's assumption a red flag, or did she make some points? Let me know what you think in the comments. Number 6, codependent couple. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle has confirmed that their romance seems like something out of a fairy tale, despite the royal family's position. The couple talked about how they got together in an interview with BBC in 2018. Harry said, quote, "The fact that I fell in love with Meghan so incredibly quickly was confirmation to me that all the stars were aligned, everything was just perfect." However, particularly since the release of Harry and Meghan, speculation regarding the possibility of a codependent relationship between Harry and Meghan has emerged as a popular topic on Twitter. "They have the most unhealthy codependent relationship I've ever seen," was one user's tweet. "I suspect Harry is literally transformed from what he believes to be intense love for Meghan," another person wrote, adding completely codependent on her. Number 5, Oprah. As we all know, the infamous CBS special where Oprah interviewed the royal couple was filled with controversial statements, with some people even calling them out for lying, which isn't a new allegation either. The Netflix miniseries also had some spreading of misinformation, which we still don't understand why they felt was necessary. If you want to tell a story from your side, at least make it credible, or else people can't take it seriously. But anyway, Prince Harry exposed his own wife in the bombshell memoir and how she misled viewers in her interview with Oprah by trying to accuse Kate by making Meg cry, when she had also upset her royal sister-in-law by commenting on her baby brain because of her hormone. Number 4, inner dreams. The impact Harry's mother's passing had on him has been relevant for years. During the interview, he mentioned how he refused to accept she had gone for years. Staying in denial, Harry believed that this was part of a plan and she would eventually contact him and will come and join her. Denial and assuming that she just wanted to disappear for a while. Cooper then said, quote, "You write in the book, I'd often say it to myself first thing in the morning. Maybe this is the day. Maybe this is the day that she's gonna reappear." And often before he woke up, Harry would see his mother in his dreams. In his memoir, Spare, Prince Harry recalls seeing his mother in his dreams and asking if it was really her. Prince Harry tells Bradby, quote, "I refer to it as a post-traumatic stress injury because I'm not a person with a disorder. I know I'm not." Number 3, royal family reveals. So far, the couple isn't exactly dishing out other royal members of the royal family, which is probably wise if they want to keep up with their relationships. But Harry did say there's pressure on the male royals to marry someone who will fit the mold of what a royal wife is expected to be, rather than choose the person they are destined to be with. Now, this may not come as a shock to many because of how important politics are within the royals, but I just can't imagine having to marry someone who is more fit for the family rather than a person you feel fit better into your own personal life. Harry really went against the grain and went searching for someone who he believed would fit into his life, and props to him for choosing different. He mentioned that some of the family members didn't feel sympathy for Meghan being hunted by paparazzi because their wives also had to go through that. Though Harry says Meghan's situation was different because of racism towards her, Harry needing to defend his wife from the chaos might also be attached to his bitterness because he's felt ever since seeing the toll the British press took on his mother back when she was alive. Number 2, formal family. Who would have thought it's not just an on-screen persona? Counting down to the 4th greatest reveal, we find out that the royals behave just as formally on-screen as they do when there are no cameras on them. So now I'm wondering, are they out here greeting each other with the royal wave every time they see each other? Meghan recalls a time when Prince William and Duchess Kate had come over and Meghan greeted them with a hug. She was in her own homes walking around barefoot with ripped jeans on. Isn't that insane? She didn't necessarily say it was an uncomfy greeting, but it was definitely insinuated the way she explained the encounter. She learned that the royals don't let their hair down and relax one behind closed doors. Number 1, Meghan's clumsy curtsy. The infamous curtsy part of the English culture is an odd thing to think about for people unfamiliar with English traditions. Meghan, being born and raised in America, was the same way until she found out she was supposed to curtsy when she was going to meet the Queen, which she found out was going to happen on her way there. These are the top 10 dark secrets Prince Harry kept from Meghan Markle. What do you guys think about this list? Leave a comment down below with your thoughts.
Number 10, short temper. Meghan and Harry's whirlwind romance has been in the spotlight pretty much since they got together, with fans and haters watching their every move. This couple is used to getting lots of attention, whether they like it or not. When Harry got with Meg, people started watching Meghan like a hawk, dissecting her every move. Naturally, when you're part of the royals, people are going to be more inclined to know what you're like. As someone part of the royal family, displaying strong emotions is not necessarily expected, especially in a public setting. After being invited as a guest speaker at the Power of Women charity benefit, Meghan seemed irritated after pictures of her were published where she was seen lashing out at an employee in the parking garage. The pictures published in the Daily Mail show her looking pretty ticked off while pointing directly at someone. Some believe she was scolding one of her employees, while others say she was letting a parking attendant have it. As a person, I feel like keeping your cool in inconvenient situations is pretty important, but as a royal, I think Meghan should have been more mindful of her position and the amount of eyes on her. But hey, there's always more to a story, right? And it's hard to figure out with pictures out of context. Number 9, complaining. During the royal tours, the smiles and nice photos covered up the behind the scenes of the royal tour, which was apparently a nightmare. This tour is an amazing time to empower others and be a good role model as a royal. It's tradition and is keen for the royal family to build good relations and also good publicity. Only issue is Meghan didn't see the importance in that and has been quoted on multiple occasions by staff for saying, "I can't believe I'm not getting paid for this." Meghan, you got to travel the world and be treated royally. Is that not enough? I get time is money, but if you're doing it for the man you love, wouldn't you just want to do it for him and his family instead of for personal gain? On to number 8, abrasive. Meghan was accused of abrasive behavior towards staff members and diplomats, according to an explosive royal biography. Looking back at the Sussexes' visit to Australia, where they received an amazing reception, Tom Bauer writes, Meghan was allegedly abrasive towards her 4 female staff and even towards the local British diplomats. According to one report, Meghan allegedly threw a cup of tea into the air. Not the tea. He continued by saying that her anger may have been partly fueled by Harry. Every morning he and Meghan turn on their phones to surf the internet, searching for snide comments. That doesn't sound very healthy to me. Australia, has covered in past videos, didn't seem to be as fun as the couple may have hoped, and it's been reported they were feeling down in the down under. Good one, right? On to number 7, dad drama. Similar to Harry, Meghan too has some daddy issues. Meghan has been part of quite a few scandals within her family, and if you've been keeping up with her, you would know how deep the drama runs. Meghan Markle had written a private letter to her dad pleading with him to stop cooperating with the press. In it, Meghan said she felt absolutely blindsided by the pain her father was puppeteered into creating by the media. She said that the lies her father was spreading about her with the help of the media have broken her heart into a million pieces, and claimed that she'd only ever wanted to help him financially, medically, or even with the harassment he claimed to her that he was experiencing, no thanks to the paparazzi. At the end of the letter, Meghan begs Thomas to stop lying, exploiting her relationship with Harry, and stop taking the bait from the press, but he did the exact opposite. Thomas sold the letter to the Mail on Sunday, and the site published it for the world to see even more Markle family secrets. The Duchess later sued Associated Newspapers Limited, owners of the site, for breach of privacy and won. Meghan had a reasonable expectation of privacy, and the site was fanciful to think otherwise. Number 6, sister drama. And that isn't the only member of Meghan's family who has been problematic. Her sister Samantha admitted she was being paid for press. I'll let her words speak for herself in this one. I worked in media most of my life and in broadcasting, so because my sister is suddenly royal isn't grounds for me to stop doing all of that. Let's face it, we all have to survive. Money makes the world go round, so if you want to call that cashing in, that's fine. But I think no one in the media would refuse a paycheck for talking about the royals. As a family, we're not subject to royal protocol. Why would I stop living because we have a family issue going on? Considering the two sisters have never had the greatest relationship, I'm not surprised that she has no problem throwing Meghan under the bus, but I just feel like she could have had more class rather than making these desperate attempts to cash in. Again, not the first time Sam decided to do something newsworthy. One time Samantha parked herself outside of Buckingham Palace. When interviews across the Atlantic just wouldn't do it, Sam made the trip across the pond and showed up at Buckingham Palace in the hopes of reconnecting with Meghan. Funny, since Meghan and Harry actually lived a few miles down the road at Kensington Palace. Number 5, ditching friends for royal status. Is Meghan ditching her friends for royal status? A former friend and colleague who said Meghan ghosted her was Gina Nelthorpe-Crown, who found the future Duchess to be hugely charismatic when they first met in 2014. Gina said she last heard from Meghan when the future Duchess told her she was giving up her career and terminating their contract. Meghan likes to move on, Nelthorpe-Crown told the Daily Mail. Ouch. Meghan felt no type of way about letting go of her former friends. It seems as if a couple people have claimed that she cut them off as soon as she and Harry became serious. I wonder how Harry feels about this. But at the same time, if Meghan knew these people would share her business, then it would only be safer and easier for her to keep her distance from them. Clearly, they're still talking about her and airing out her past even though she doesn't talk about them or to them anymore. Did the Duchess make the right decision? Let me know in the comments. Number 4, not on good terms with the in-laws. When news of Harry and Meghan's move out of Kensington Palace to strike out on their own first broke in November of 2018, the public and the press came to a unanimous conclusion as to why that would be. Meghan. Everyone pointed the fingers at the new royal, suggesting her alleged difficult Duchess attitude was not just reserved for the staff and had caused a feud between her and Kate. Obviously, all that turned out to be untrue. The Sussexes were expecting a baby and wanted more space than a 2-bedroom apartment they lived in at Kensington. But Meghan and Kate have always had problems. It came out in November that there was a ton of tension between the royals, as Kate and Meghan were not getting along. This meant that Prince Harry and William were not also getting along, and the whole family wasn't seeing eye to eye. This was super hard on everyone, especially the late Queen. Queen Elizabeth was actually so fed up with the drama, she made Kate and Meghan sit down and sort it out. On to number 3, doing what she wants. It seems like Meghan was trying to make a point by going to vote even though royals are forbidden to do so. After she posted a picture of her wearing a sticker indicating that she had gone to vote, it was not well received in the UK. And even though she is no longer an official member of the royal family, she is not permitted to abide by those laws, but it's definitely savage of her to do this knowingly since she is married into the family. Many others were not surprised at this act because she has been known to be an activist and stands firmly in everything she believes in, so for her to continue being the same way and not conforming to the laws of a country she wasn't even born in isn't the worst thing in the world. But what do you think? Did Meg take it too far by publicizing her choice to vote? Number 2, mistreating staff. The Times reported accusations that Meghan mistreated her palace aides and staff prior to the 2020 exit. While Meghan denied the allegations, noting in a statement to us in March 2021 that she was saddened by the latest attack on her character, the palace revealed they were investigating the claims. We are clearly very concerned about allegations in the Times following claims made by former staff of the Duke and Duchess. Accordingly, our HR team will look into the circumstances outlined in the article. And to conclude, the statement read, "The palace does not tolerate bullying or harassment in the workplace." According to an insider, the couple's inner circle believes that Buckingham Palace's statement was a direct response to the upcoming interview with Oprah. But what are your thoughts? Do you think they were being genuine about their efforts or trying to get the two to not reveal anything too problematic going on in the household? And finally, number 1, warning for the media outlets. A lot of observers are assuming that Harry and Meghan have something to hide by fighting so hard against the media and filing lawsuits as often as they do. They suggest that Meghan and Harry are attempting to alert the media in advance that they are willing to face legal action in the event that a significant story emerges. What do you think? Is there something this couple is actively trying not to have outlets expose of them? Or are they simply annoyed with the media and aren't shy to set boundaries around what stories they think should or shouldn't be shared? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but that is all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more juicy royal updates and news on your favorite celebrities.